guys, so welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be working on Jono's Beamer again.
So originally I bought this Beamer to one day turn it into a drift car, but the whole build has turned into an absolute nightmare. We bought it off of Copart for 800 quid about 4 months ago, and we bought it as a non-runner. Now we were able to get it started, but it was lumpy as hell and really wasn't sounding good.
Oh. Well, misfire.
And since then, we've tried our best to get it started and we've just not been able to crack it. Now we know there's something going on with the Valvetronic servo motor, not actuating the cams correctly, but no matter what we've tried, we've not been able to solve it. So today's the day we're going to be sending it off to a BMW specialist as a last-ditch attempt to see if this car can get saved. And to be honest guys, if this doesn't go well, I think this is the end for this one and this car's going to have to get scrapped.
We're going to be taking it up to a specialist, Z Shed in St Helens, because I think we've exhausted all our options that we think it is, and maybe someone who specialises in this kind of stuff. It's a new set of eyes, you know what I mean, and he might just shed some light and okay, it's oh yeah, it's this. So we're going to put it on the trailer. So we're just going to go into the car park now, jumpstart Jono's Beamer, drive it on, strap it down and get up to St Helens.
But yeah, I was saying, I definitely had a bit of anxiety when I woke up today. I've been excited to want to get it taken to Mark, but this might also be the day I found out it's
either good or bad, isn't it? So, yeah, it's probably not going to be, you know, middle down the line. It's going to be good news or bad news, I think, today.
Yeah.
So while we're loading the Beamer on the trailer, we thought we'd just let you know we'll be going to Petrol Hedonism Live at Nebworth Manor House on the 14th and 15th of this month.
So we've managed to sort out some hoodies out for you all, so if you want any, they are very limited, but we are going to be bringing some to Nebworth Manor House at Petrol Hedonism Live. So get yourself down there.
Damn right. All right.
Yeah. Does it crank?
It does. It turns over. It runs. You jump start. It runs like it's got a misfire now. But if you turn the Valvetronic motor while it's not plugged in, you can get it to tick over perfect.
Right.
But then it'll rev really slow. But then you can turn it to a point where it runs lumpy, ticking over, but it'll rev high.
It'll rev. Okay. When you turn and you're using the hex on the end of the motor, when you turn it, does it feel crunchy or stiff?
Not really, no.
Nothing?
No. We've put another motor on, a second-hand motor, and we've put a cam in it as well.
Put a shaft in as well?
Yeah, because the first one did have, you know, the edge of the teeth slightly worn.
Yeah, chipped.
Yeah, chipped, yeah. So we've done that. We've put a motor in, we've tried both motors. What it is the feed to the Valvetronic system are gone for the Valvetronic servo motor.
Right.
So we've just been linking the live to the jump point here.
Right.
When you put the key in and put the ignition on, it won't I don't think it's doing the full actuating.
Right.
You know, like one end to the other.
Basically called teaching the positions, because if you mess with it, you've got to teach in the positions.
That's all one way, that's all the other way.
And it winds it all one way, winds it all the other. And takes a read from the sensor. Have you changed the sensor?
No.
On the end of the shaft where the magnetic ring goes. Is there any oil ingress in that plug?
Yeah, you have a look.
Because if there's oil in it, it's normally a sign that the sensor's failed.
Right, okay. So that one we're talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull that off. I'd say, no, it's bone dry, that one, which is good. Well, it's a tiny bit, but could be a bit of spillage that from when you change the...
Yeah, we have had it all off.
Yeah, but normally, what happens is, on the face of the sensor, on this side, there's like an aluminium plate which is bonded, glued on, whatever it is, and oil seeps in, and it ends up here.
Right.
And that's normally a sign that the sensor's on its way out, but let's plug it in and see what it says.
So it's a possibility.
So one thing I definitely should have done before buying this vehicle was do a background check. But thanks to today's sponsor, Vehicle Score, that's exactly what we can do now. So I'm going to walk you through the process and show you just how easy it is to do a background check on your car, so you can make sure next time you buy a car that you don't get caught out by buying a stolen vehicle, an insurance write-off, or a vehicle that owes any outstanding vehicle finance. So all we do is type in the reg, which is RK05UDJ, and click check car. Next we get a score of the vehicle, which is 546 out of 999, which is pretty average. Next we scroll down and we can see it's got a 79% MOT pass rate. The vehicle is not taxed and has no valid MOT. There's no mileage discrepancies found, and it does on average about 7,000 miles per year. Next, if we scroll down, this is where we can do the instant hidden history reports. Now this is really important if you want to find out if your car's been salvaged, it's an import or export, it's previously been stolen, or it was an ex-taxi, it was scrapped, if it owes any finance, and many more. Don't forget, if you use code TVR20, you'll save yourself 20% off at checkout. Or you can click the link in the description below. So once you fill out your details and check out, Vehicle Score will generate your report. On the first page, we have some general information on the vehicle, such as the model, manufacturer, engine number, fuel type, and more. But if we scroll down, this is the really important bits that you want. So let's check if there's any red flags there. Right, it's looking good. It doesn't look like we have anything too obvious. It does say that it's an insurance category, so it's given an amber warning for that, but we knew that anyway. And it's also had a plate change. And if we scroll down, it says it's had 4 previous owners. But hey, that's not too bad. We can tell the car's not an import or export, it's not been scrapped, it's not an ex-taxi, it's not stolen, and most importantly, it's not owed any finance. But all in all, I'm happy with that. There's no major red flags. So if I was buying this, I'd feel a lot more confident going into the sale. So a big thanks to Vehicle Score for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to the video.
Right, let's get it plugged in and see what it says.
So is this dedicated BMW software, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what the dealers use.
All right, so...
Oh, sweet.
It's a bit like a Haynes manual for idiots, because it not only tells you what's wrong, it tells you
how to fix it,
well.
yeah. That's good.
Right, okay. We'll start talking to a few modules there. So we list the faults, misfires. How much fuel's in it?
I'm not 100% sure on that. I mean, the fuel gauge is saying nothing like.
Right. A lot of these faults are what we call consequential faults, where you get one thing that's wrong and it causes a fault in something else. That's why some of them say existent and some of them say existent yes, existent no. So it's always best to filter them from what's actually there. Right. So if we go into vehicle management and service functions. So basically, as it's saying there, after every repair on the valve gear, the limit positions have to be relayed for minimum and maximum stroke. So what it should do now is rotate it. You should hear it.
Yeah. Hey. That done backwards and forwards then.
Yeah.
See, when we were doing it, we were only getting a little whip.
One, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's coming back now saying the limit position successfully learned.
Right, okay.
And what it'll do is now is last because cheap.
Cool, please work.
Yeah.
Telling me. So at the minute, the DME is showing no faults. Okay.
This would be like a little miracle if it just started up now, ticked over lovely, and then revved up.
Let's have a little look and see if we can look at. We'll look at some live data when we start cranking it. Oh, which one are we looking at?
How are you feeling, Jono?
Yeah,
He's a bit nervous.
Yeah.
So basically, what this will show us now on the live data, it will show us the specified angle of the eccentric shaft, i.e. where the ECU is telling it to be.
Yeah.
And from there, where it actually is, yeah. So do you want to go and crank it and see if it'll start?
Right, so we've got a massive moment here now. Mike's just putting on the jump pack, and hopefully this should run proper now. It's been calibrated. This is what we weren't able to do, calibrate the motor, so fingers crossed, man. I'm feeling as nervous as Jono.
Oh, mate.
When you're ready.
Okay, mate.
All right, mate. Yeah.
Still rough. No. Still just as bad.
So it starts and it's running, roughly.
Yeah.
But if you look here, it's not moving the shaft.
Right, okay.
See, look, specified angle. Try starting it again. Now it is moving it. Will it rev? Right, camshaft inlets, camshaft synchronization, fault currently present, signal invalid for synchronization. It's happened twice, so since we've started it.
Okay, since this run. Yeah.
Basically, we can look at all of the values from all of the sensors while it's running, and we can look at what's happening in each cylinder, and they should be within minus 200 to plus 200. So they're all jumping in and out of spec then. Should be within about 5 degrees of where it wants to be.
That's 30.
Yeah.
Why would that be?
It could just be the shaft being stiff. The Vanous is way out of where it needs to be. Exhaust, what it's requesting.
So is that like the variable valve timing?
Yeah. It's requesting 8.25 degrees on the adaptation for the exhaust, and it's minus 115.
Slightly out?
Yeah. Minus 31 for the inlet, and 120. Have you had the Vanous solenoids out?
They're the ones that point
No.
up?
The ones that point up are the camshaft position sensors.
Oh, right.
These are your Vanous solenoids here.
We've had them unplugged, I don't think we've had them out.
Right. If they clog up, the filters clog up in them, it can starve them of oil.
Would it be wise to take them out and clean them up?
Yes, it is a good idea.
Right.
So what we need to look at is that these are within 5 degrees of each other. But what it'll do after this as well, it'll do a calibration run on them.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says the exhaust is okay if the set points were reached, which they were. So what we'll do there is we'll now adapt the Vanous limit positions as well. And then we do the same for the inlet. So it's saying that the exhaust has passed its positions, so we'll now run the inlet as well.
So with it saying that's passed, would you still take them out and clean them?
I would.
Yeah.
For the time it takes, it's only a 10-minute job.
Yeah.
And it was the intake that was coming up. So it's saying the position of the intake camshaft does not match the position of the crankshaft. Mechanical defect in valve gear, check timing chain and chain tensioner.
So it's saying the inlet cam's out.
Yes,
Does that mean mechanical timing jumped?
possibly.
Could it be the solenoid, the variable cam knacker that's out?
What we'll find out now. Intake Vanous.
So would that be the actual...
It's either the solenoid or the Vanous hub,
Oh,
or the timing's out.
So that issue that it flagged up there with the solenoid, is that
Related to the timing. So it could be a solenoid, it could be a faulty hub, it could be the timing's out slightly. When the chains stretch slightly on the M52s, it doesn't take much stretch for the timing to be out.
Yeah. How do we fix this on the cheap then? This is going to be a drift car and Jono doesn't want to put too much into it. Like a 1,600 quid bill is just, the car's not, it was, oh yeah, 1,500 quid or something like that. Yeah. It's only worth £2,000. So what would you say would be the best?
Clean the sensor first, check the timing. Solenoids,
Yeah.
timing check.
Clean them, run it again.
Timing check. It may be possible you've got a little bit of chain stretch, which you'll get by adjusting the timing, because these aren't keyed onto the camshafts.
Right, okay.
If you need to borrow the locking tools, I can lend you the locking tools. But that's how I'll be doing it. Checking the solenoids, then checking the cam timing. You may be better off just putting an engine in it.
Cheaper.
And just see if you've got it at the yard.
You could have a look, yeah, just so we've got a bit of a, you know,
Yeah.
a way we can go.
Yeah. That's bad.
That's not good.
Hello. N52, alloy top. Early one. Yeah, early. Have we got a 3 litre one? All right, no problems. Okay. Cheers, Ta. No, the two we've got up there are both 2.5s, and the later ones, the black plastic ones. It's not a straightforward swap.
Right. Fuck's sake. So.
Bad.
So at least we know
Yeah.
the inlet timing, camshaft timing is out.
Yeah.
The Valvetronic seems to be working okay now.
It's like, where do we go from
This is
here?
where
That's what I'm thinking, like,
you regret putting gasket sealants on that cover.
I'm just thinking what we do next with it. Do we go into checking it, or do we just go into buying another engine?
Yeah.
My advice is, if you're buying an engine, you need to hear it running. Don't just buy one that's sort of pulled out, because you could be buying the same problems again.
We're buying a lemon. Bugger. Right, okay. At least we've got a sort of a diagnosis, like we know it's that's causing it. It's weird the way you can turn that Valvetronic motor and you can get it revving clear sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it just depends. Obviously, the Vanous adjusts as the speed increases, and it's just like finding the sweet spot, really. I'd be pulling the solenoids, checking the timing. We've got about 40. We have about 40 sets.
Yeah. Like you say, Specialized, so you got every one.
That's it.
Right.
That's for your crank. Sorry, for your cams. These are for the reluctor rings on the front of the camshafts that operate the camshaft position sensors. They float on the end of them. Once you loosen the bolt, they spin round. And you just and then the hose. I can print the instructions out for you. But yeah, that's 100% where I think you're going.
Yep, that's what we're checking next then.
You've got more grooves in your discs than you have in your tyres.
They've not been used in a while. I'm sure John will clean them up if we ever get it running right.
Do that, let me know.
Yeah, sound. Happy days.
Yeah, no problem. Right, cheers mate, thank you.
So we're just leaving Mike's now. We didn't get the news we wanted really. It's looking like it's a timing issue, a mechanical timing. He's pointed out a couple of things that we could do first to make sure. So there could just be a little bit of timing chain stretch, which you can readjust the, what do they call, the Vanous hubs, I think he said. Yeah. So he's lent us his timing tool. So that'll be the next thing we need to do. Lock the crank up, put the timing tool on it and see if anything's out. Best case scenario, we can just readjust the inlet Vanous hub and then maybe that brings it into timing and runs fine. You know what I mean? Other than that, he has said, so there is an issue with the inlet Vanous hub not doing as it's told. Now, it could be the fact that it's out, the timing's out, or it could be, he's explained that these rings go and wear into your head. So worst case scenario, that's worn the head and it needs a new head. And he's basically said it'd be cheaper to get a new engine, you know, just a second-hand engine and chuck that in. So yeah, not the news we wanted, but at least we've got a direction of what the problem is now. Right, so we're back from Z Shed now, and we're going to do what Mike said, and we're going to test the Vanous solenoids. Well, take them out, clean them, check them, and then we're going to check the timing as well. And he's kindly lent us his BMW timing tool, specifically for this engine, because he's got two. So that was nice and kind of him. So nice one, Mike.
Right, so to check this engine timing, the first thing we're going to do is remove the plug off cylinder 1 and ensure that the piston is in top dead center. Then we can lock the crankshaft using the locking pin, which turned out to be an absolute nightmare because it's in a really awkward place and it has this plastic pin temporarily in there, which was incredibly hard to remove and we ended up snapping it off. But after we did that, next step is to remove the rocker cover. And yeah, we had to remove the gasket sealant that we had put in. Next, we move on to install the camshaft alignment tools, release the timing chain tension, and then we can adjust the timing. To do this, we simply adjust the camshaft sprockets and make sure that the timing marks are lined up to where they should be. Next, we tighten the camshaft sprockets by tightening up the bolts, and then we can retension the timing chain. And then the timing should be in place.
That's it timed up. We just need to redo everything we've done to get it to this point. Put it back together, plug everything back in, and hopefully it should start and run.
Palatial.
Like, yeah, lovely, but I bet you it doesn't.
Yeah.
Everything we've done with this has just been crap. So, we'll get back to you.
Now that the engine's back together, it's finally time to check if this is going to crank. Now this is a huge moment, probably the biggest moments in this whole build, as this is going to determine whether or not this car goes in the bin and I go home crying, or it's going to work and we can go do a quick skid. And I'd say Andy's a bit optimistic, but myself and Liam have absolutely no hope left in this car. Okay, big moment, yeah. Oh, I hate this. I'm starting to get excited and I shouldn't.
I would. Excited, Jono.
Okay.
Tongue 4.
I'll get ready to catch him just in case.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, it's been 4 months now, so let's get it over with. You dickhead. I knew straight away.
Turn it off. To be honest, it's not f***ing here or there, is it really? It seems about the same.
Yeah, about the same, what
Yeah, I mean, we know it's timed up now. So that's, and it did feel, I do think it was out slightly. So now, maybe if we delete all the parameters like you said, I'm losing the will to live with this car. A wee bit. Okay, no.
Okay, so the last thing we're going to try is delete all the codes, cross our fingers, and try again.
I mean, yours, pass no fault there now, so you might as well try.
Just starts up well quicker there.
Yeah.
So we made a slight improvement.
Yeah.
Starts up well quicker. So speak the.
What he's doing there now is pulling the lead off all the coil packs. If it changes the tone of the
A bit of a
engine,
rev now, Lee.
you're fine.
Revs. That revs up a lot clearer there.
Yeah.
One of the plug things weren't on, but it still seems like now it's got a bit of a misfire. Like we've fixed our problem,
Yeah.
but there's still something else now. Because that's revving from bottom to top. It's just
ticks
misfiring.
over. Yeah.
But it's step closer here, mum.
Yeah, we are. And like a lot closer. Just because before, obviously, you couldn't start it and rev it in the same operation. You know what I mean? Where now it starts, it ticks over and revs.
So next, Andy was fiddling with all the coils, and when he got to cylinder number 5, something weird happened.
Yeah.
What happened then?
You stalled it.
I didn't.
Well, I didn't touch
I
anything.
didn't do f***all really. Right.
The car cut off out of nowhere. So Andy resecured coil number 5 so we could start it again, and that's when this happened.
Started up there. Rev it.
Tick over. That's better, that.
Rev it again.
Oh, John, you could be doing skids here.
It's not missing that now. Just rev slowly. Just like get up to like 1,000, 15. Whatever it was just, think it was just.
That's the 2.5k there. That's not misfiring now, that is it?
I think it was number 5.
Was
Like
it?
the plug wasn't on properly. I put it on, but it still felt like it was misfiring. Then it done that funny thing, and then since we started up again, it's ruined.
We just tidy all that up there and go and see if it'll skid.
John, I'll go and do a skid.
So what, is it alright?
Well, I don't know what happened then.
Yeah.
Done a bit of wizardry. Yeah.
To be honest, when
Basically-
when I pushed them on there, I got them so far and I just shoved that down thinking that's what that shut it in.
Well, they do, but because they're old, they've got pins that
Yeah,
push
they
them in.
groove
The
it.
pins move sideways.
Ah, right.
So number 5 wasn't pushed on right. And then it done that funny thing where it cut out, and then once we put it back on, it started working and not misfiring. Got a bit of a ticky lifter somewhere, but other than that, that's the tick, I think.
You can get to that any. I mean, it means taking that off again, but
Well better that lad. Told you to
That's
get your
just
fucking
tidy.
hopes up, didn't I? I told you to get your hopes up. That will skid now.
yeah, that'll defo skid now. Get off with it.
Patch on. Massive thanks to Mike at Z Shed here.
Oh yeah, and a
Is that-
massive thanks to you and Liam, man. You guys have stuck through it with us. And
I know, it's been hard work, like, but that's our job. Mike just like well, he didn't volunteer to help, but we asked him and he helped for free. So give it a revs. Engine light's back on, so something's.
oh mate, that's a sick feeling car. That's the sickest car I've ever driven. Like, or owned, should I say.
So traction control. That feels better.
Yeah, man.
We've sorted it.
That's
I'd just do a wheel spin and crop up the road.
watch out, sir.
Misfire.
What was that?
Oh, it didn't sound good.
Broke it, mate.
Within 10 minutes.
Oh no.
Misfire in there now.
Oh no.
Is any oil dripping? Drive in slowly. No oil. It's a good sign.
Can't smell anything.
Is it rev
I
light?
didn't.
Fixed. Low on juice.
Okay.
So,
Maybe though. Oh mate, that didn't sound good.
Right.
Fuck it.
Let's go and park her up out there.
Yeah. Let's. Oh, that was
We're
almost
going to
over
get
so
juice.
quick.
Yeah, we're going to get juice. Tomorrow we'll have a quick little.
Yeah, man. But holy shit, this has taken so long to get to this point.
To be honest, my ass went there.
Yeah, I know.
I just went brrrr.
I know.
I thought, oh,
I won't lie.
we killed it already.
After all this, I felt somewhat satisfied. At least it did something.
Oh, bloody
Oh.
hellfire. Right.
Stop being an ornament and it did something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo! The feeling's setting in now that I'm about to have a lot of fun with this, and it's all been worth it. Which is not how I felt for 4 months, I'll tell you that. This thing's had my emotions on the bloody ropes. But yeah, it's looking like it's running alright, and thanks to Liam and Andy for everything, and Mark from ZShed and 8020 Media for helping us with suggestions. Hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. And I think the next video will be, well, I guess I don't know what the next video will be, because we don't know how good this car is actually. So there might be some more problems that raise their head, and we have to kind of deal with that. But ideally, she's running sweet, and the next video is all about converting her into a drift car. So welding the diff, getting a hydraulic brake in, and yeah, take it to a drift track and we can all have some fun with it. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. So if you've enjoyed today's video, please give us a like, comment and subscribe. Subscribing is absolutely free, it doesn't cost you, and it honestly helps us so much with all the other background stuff we need to do to try and keep this thing going. It also will mean that you'll get a notification anytime we post a video, and if it's something you look like you enjoy, you can click on that and watch it there, and it'll help us out. So thanks again, guys, and don't forget you can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We'll see you on the next one.
What happened?